NBC4 News at 5 starts now.
For your health tonight, this is a great story. This woman thought she was never going to walk again, but thanks to a special procedure that lengthened now one of her legs, a local woman was able to realize one of her lifelong dreams. Dr. Bruce Hensel in studio now with more on the procedure and the story.
Well, Coleen, this is a little-known procedure that gives thousands of accident victims and those who have birth defects new mobility. And for the local woman you're talking about, it gave her back her freedom and her life.
Right? Yep.
This is the way Jennifer Sanchez used to walk.
It's very painful. I was walking uneven. I didn't have full use of my foot.
It wasn't always that way. She was an active 28-year-old when a horrible car accident in 2002 changed everything.
A car came from 3 cars back from us, tried to pass on the other side illegally, and then pushed us off the road. I dropped out of the car, basically landing on my feet. I was crying, I was screaming.
Her injuries were severe. After numerous surgeries, she was left with one leg almost 2 inches shorter than the other. Doctors gave a grim prognosis.
They said she's not going to walk again, but I wasn't going to accept it. I don't want to give up. I didn't want to ever give up.
But the pain and deformity of her foot were getting worse. So was the limping. This went on for years until she went to see Dr. Khosroabadi,
One more time.
who took this video of her in his office. He told her he could lengthen her leg.
The bone regenerates. So we make the cut in the bone. In the operating room, I start adding these devices on. The rings go on. This is called the foot plate. And then the pins go through the bone.
The pins are attached to struts that pull the bones apart in tiny increments, making space for new growth.
And we move the bone 1 millimeter a day, and the bone regrows. So when we get to the desired length, we keep the bone where it is, and we hold it there for about 6 to 8 weeks. Then the bone consolidates or hardens, and it becomes actually as strong as a normal bone.
After about 3 months, Jennifer's limbs were nearly even. Her foot was no longer clubbed. That made it possible for her to realize a long-time dream, to walk down the aisle at her own wedding.
The whole day was really just fantastic, but walking down the aisle, that was the best part.
How's that for a wedding day? Now, very few doctors do the surgery because it's very involved and very time-consuming. Now, up until now, the procedure has been used mainly to treat injuries and birth defects, as I said, but some people are interested in using it cosmetically to get taller. And those people have to go through psychological testing to make sure they're prepared. This is a very rigorous lengthening procedure. In her case, boy, did it have great results. Back to you.
Extremely interesting. Another great job. Thanks, Dr. Bruce. And now let's go over to Fritz Coleman.